Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water. Top of the week, Monday strong. You heard, got this mango on the rising, right? Some people usually wake up in the rising. They have their coffee or tea or whatever they decide to have. In the rising, when I wake up, I like to have my favorite, which is God's creation, which is Mother Nature's breast milk. This is coconut. Free. This is free for me, right on the land right here. You know how much these cost in the States, in New York City, in Los Angeles? $7. Unless you're going to the wholesale, $7 for one of these. You know how much this cost me? $0. You know what's, and else I don't have these in the morning or the rising, is a banana. This is a plantain, but I like to have a banana with my smoothie, coconut meat from the coconut with some dates, and oh man, incredible combination. Think of that combination, a nice ripe banana with the coconut water and the coconut meat with some dates, and throw some walnuts and hemp seeds in there with that, or a mango. But I'm telling you, all of this is free. When you live off the grid, you don't have any bills. You don't have to go to the grocery store no more. This is three pieces of product right here. 3 different pieces of product. So that's not counting all the herbs that we got that we can use as our tea. But what I'm trying to get at here, man, is living for free is, how come we don't talk about this? How come we don't talk about getting solar? How come we don't talk about free energy? How come we don't talk about growing our own food? This is one of the things that we have to do every day. It's something that costs us money every day. We have to do every day. I know the title is called "The Government Took My Land," but that's not true. The government can't take what they don't own. The government can't take what there's not a mortgage on. If you attack, listen, you can't take what's not yours. This is all paid for. With the way the planet is going, you hear a lot of people speaking about the end times. This is what we need to do, this and that. And it's usually a lot of fear mongering. As opposed to telling you to prepare, showing you how they're preparing, right? Showing you that they have their first aid kits, they have their walkie-talkies, they have their generators, backup power banks. They're not showing you that they have these things. They're not showing you that they have a piece of land isolated or in the midst of a community growing their own food. And I'm not saying everybody, but for the most part, the masses is not speaking about that. They're talking about Trump, Putin, Israel, Russia. It's a big ball of chaos, And we get sucked right into it. We get sucked right into it by just tuning in onto the bullshit and tuning out to what really matters, which is having some shelter, free. Not now, because I paid for it, but there's no mortgage on this. There's mortgage on this place. There's no electricity on this. There's no water in this. But guess what? When there's a big rain, I got shelter over my head. If I want to go inside and eat some plantain, I got food. If I want to go inside and drink some coconut water, I have water. Mango. This is if I really wanted to live with no power. But instead over here, we modernized it. And we have the off-grid house that's connected to no sources, no energy source. See, when you own everything cash, the government can't take nothing from you. The banks can't take anything from you. A creditor can't take anything from you. So I advise you to go to the county. There's nothing wrong with me telling you how to go and get you some real estate. Go to the county, ask for over-the-counter tax deeds. Do your research, make sure there isn't any liens, no code enforcement liens, no mechanic liens, no IRS liens, and get you some land. Even if you're not going to live on it, at least have it. There's nothing wrong with being prepared. So, this is an abundant lifestyle right here. This is an abundant lifestyle. I don't care about how many stacks of money you got. That shit don't matter. That don't mean nothing to what this is right here. This is what you call abundant life right here. All of this money right here, I don't care about your bank account. This is the real barter. This is the real currency. Because if that money in the bank ain't worth nothing, guess what? Somebody's always going to be willing to trade something for this. They may not be able to trade that dollar and that $20 bill, but they can always trade this. I can always trade this and go get something else. I can go out there and get me some squash. I can go out there and buy me some horses with whatever. Exchange, goats. Dollar bills is not the only form of currency. They say crypto. Look, somebody online the other day said, if you had a chance to put your money into something, what would you invest in? Well, my answer was this. If you had the money to put into something to invest in your future, what would you put your money into? Right here. I can't talk about putting my money into something else because I'm not doing that. See, a lot of people talk about you could do this, you could do that, you could do this, you could do that, but they're not showing you that they have it. They talk about the stocks and the bonds and the CDs and the mutual funds, but they're not showing you an investment account with $600,000-$700,000 in it. They're talking about real estate, but they can't show you no condos, no townhouses, no multifamily, nothing, no fix and flips, no promissory notes. See, I can't talk about farming if I'm not showing you what I'm doing. I can't talk about growing your own food if I'm not even showing you I have my own food. In fact, I can do that because people do it all the time. But what I'm actually doing with this is I'm giving you the visual on top of so you have something to connect. Oh, he's not bullshitting. He's not just running a bunch of trying to get us to invest in a program. I'm not asking you to buy nothing over here except for spending your time with me, which is really most important, your most important asset, your time. So if you're giving me your time, I cannot ask you to donate to me any kind of dollar because your time is your currency. And that's what I've been asking for. Tap in, show the value, provide the value, grow your own food, save you some money, put that money into other endeavors, because you can't tell me if anything is going on in the world and we can't go to work, then I'm going to be starving. Mother Nature's breast milk is going to always make sure I'm okay. I can get off on just these alone. I can eat these all day by itself or drink them with the meat inside. And if they mature enough, they create this hard, white food. Tastes so good. Man, this coconut is one of the most versatile fruits out there. One of the most versatile fruits out there. You cannot go wrong with this. Plantain, man, I got so many different fruit trees. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're going to get into a lot of that in the future. We're going to plant a couple hundred trees here in the next couple months, just to kind of get the progress going. And right now, I wanted to take care of all the fruit trees that are up front that have been surrounded and crowded by a bunch of weeds, old trees and vines and things like that. I wanted to come in and make sure that all of those have been cleaned up so they're able to start producing. So that's almost done. I wanted to clean up and prune some of the trees so they can, drop the leaves into the soil and provide the nitrogen that they say that this stuff provides. All this technical terms, I'm not familiar with it, but I know that it's good for the soil. So I'm not trying to sit here and act like I know something I don't. But they're almost finished with that. And now the next step from there will be to come back here and start to create a space where I could form and these seeds so we can get things going in that route, the major garden, and then start to plant more fruit trees. And what I'm really going to do is I'm going to just start growing a lot of my fruit from seeds. Because you know how much money you could save by growing your own food from seeds, right? Looking at the prices of all these fruit trees, and it's like, all this money for a soursop? I can just go get a soursop and it has over 50 to 100 seeds in it. I can go grow out of them 50 to 100 seeds, maybe 10 of them grow. I mean, that's a good ratio to me, which I know more will grow if I do my right planting and everything. But I was watching a video where this guy was just showing a lot of different ways you can make money. And when I say make money, it means saving money. Because when I'm saving money on those, that's actually me making money. So he was actually talking about saving money, different ways you can kind of create trees and then sell the trees, because these trees are worth money. Like, it's crazy. So it's a lot of different ways we can go about this. You know what I'm saying? But I think that what you need to do is you have to get the land first. And if you already have the land, get started. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? The time is now. It's a lot of, I'm hoping that the people tap in and say, you know what? We need to go get us some flower pots. I did a challenge a month or two ago when I was on my way to Mexico. And I said, I'm giving about $50 for someone to go out and buy some seeds to participate in this challenge. Nobody has gotten back with me. I think one of the guys said he was in Belize. He said, bring me, and what? If that brother finished that challenge and shared everything on the Facebook page and everything, I don't have a problem. I would go deliver that man his seeds myself, or my $50 myself. And if you're in the States or wherever you are, I can wire you the money, but nobody participated for whatever reason. I'm not mad. That saves me $50, but I'm also upset like, damn, people that rich, people that well off, that they just giving away letting $50 go. You ain't got to buy the seeds with the $50. You could have paid for your gas or your light bill or whatever that needs to be paid for. You ain't got to go buy no seeds. I just wanted to contribute to you buying some seeds, because that's what I'm doing. Buying seeds, planting seeds, growing my own food, showing you how it's done, right? Because when you own what you own, when you own everything free and clear, they can't take it. When you create your own food, you're saving so much money. You're saving so much money. You're putting so much, look at this, all the healthiness. We call this wealth, because wealth is health. We call this wealth, because wealth is health. You know, I mean, this is an abundant, this might be my, what you call it, thumbnail. This might be my word. Anyhow, man, I thank y'all for tapping in with me. That's to See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health. I hope y'all start growing your own food. Drink a glass of water.